Hello everybody, I am Venomous Pie. You guys know me full well as the Peaky Pie of the group. Welcome to another episode of Bronimaniacs Discuss. I have with me here today our Rainbow Dash, Kanata.
Greetings, everyone, and what a season this turned out to be.
We have our Sunset Shimmer, which is Crimson.
Damn on them haters. Damn on them haters.
Our Spike, Elite Yoshi. Okay.
Is Mike asleep?
Maybe
No, he's doing paperwork for Twilight.
maybe there's too much going on in his end. We have our Featherbanks, Ball Toys.
Oh, so this is where I drop all my unpopular opinions.
Save those for later.
Don't worry, I have my shotgun ready.
We have our Trixie, David.
Yeah, I'm on special for $2.99.
What?
Have a two number 9s. Number 9 large.
Crimson,
Would you like those supersized?
Crimson. Last I checked, Daniel was not a part of our podcast anymore.
If you haven't noticed, even if he's not here, him and I are still the Pun Brothers.
Yeah, but that was his thing, though.
Oh, wait, why are you trying to order
he
fast
doesn't mind
food?
if I use it, so...
Anyway,
Just saying.
we have our Twilight, which is Shopwit.
Good evening, I'm gathering dry bread for horse. Did you get that joke? Good. That's how I feel about existence of Honest Apple.
Snap.
Our Cheese Sandwich, Mr. Drizzle.
5 minutes. Huh? Wait, was that my cue? What's going on?
I'll accept that.
Oh wait, hi, I'm here. This burger's so good.
Are you sure you're here?
No, I'm over there.
Oh, okay.
Yoshi's here, by the way.
Okay, good. We have our Dumpy Hooves, which is Endless.
Hello. I came here unprepared.
I give you the muffin, sweetheart.
Hooray!
Alright, we are here to discuss. We have covered all of season 7 at this point, and now we're gonna talk about the best and worst of it. And how this is going to work is we're gonna do one episode for each turn for best and worst. So, for example, I would say my top number 3 and then my bottom number 3 before I go to the next person, just to give an example. It's gonna be a top three and bottom 3 with one honorable. And if there's the most personal episode of the season that's not on your list, that's gonna be our honorable mentions. So before we gotta get started, I want to ask one question, and actually 2 questions, one for the best and one for the worst. Okay, for the best. If any of you's favorite episode is The Perfect Pair, say aye.
I.
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 Aye.
Boo.
Shut up, Balto.
Make me.
That's like half of us, but okay. And for the worst, if your least favorite episode is Honest Apple, say aye.
I.
Aye. Yeah.
Where's my shotgun? Where's my shotgun? Where's my shotgun?
Oh, what Q. That's what I thought. So, by this point, Honest Apple and The Perfect Pair will be exempt from our list because it's become too unanimous. I just want to exclude those episodes so that way it'll make our lists more interesting. So with that being said, who wants to go first? Let's see here. How about I'll start with How about you, Kanata?
Okay, so we're doing the top. So I'm doing the top, the third place best first.
Whatever order you want. It could be best three, then worst number three, or you could do the other way around. That's up to you.
Well, what did you say though? I mean, did you say do top two? Did you say do the top three first?
You're gonna do like for example, depending on what order you want to go, you could do best number three and then worst number three, and then you go to the next person.
Okay, gotcha. I'll go from worst to best then. Number three on my worst list is Triple Threats. This was an episode that did not do much for me personally. It was nice to see Ember and Thoraz again, and it was nice to see some development for both of them, and for them to actually get development that was not from the main sets. But other than that small aspect, this episode didn't do much for me at all. It was the typical cliche of, Spike trying to handle, two things at once and everything, which we've all seen a million times. So it's like the main story didn't do too much for me, although it had some small moments here and there.
Alright, that sounds fair.
And the third best episode for me is Parental Guidance. This was the most fun episode for me to watch. From top to bottom, this was just overall a very funny and very entertaining episode that I could just see myself watching over and over and over again and never get old. The reason why this is not higher is because even though it's a good episode, there are two other episodes that left a bigger impact on me other than Parental Guidance. It may not be the best episode for me, but it's by far the most funnest episode for me to watch out of the whole season.
Okay. Who do you want to go next?
I'll pass it off to Shopway.
Alright.
Okay, let's see. The third worst and third best episode. Give me a moment because I need my list.
Okay, sure.
Okay, first question. Do we exclude Honest Apple
Yes.
and Perfect Pair?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so that means I'll go with the third best, which is pretty much the start of the season, Celestial Advice. Maybe this is not enough to actually feel for Celestia, but that short moment of her was pretty much enough to actually give her some characterization, at least tell her something about her, that she's not some sort of goddess, fallen goddess, which is pretty much always fallen. Let's agree with that.
Yeah.
But she actually is a fleshed out character with concerns and worries, especially when it was Twilight. I mean, come on, stressed out Celestia. How cool could it be?
I was not aware that was an expression.
That self-awareness was too great.
The whole "oh sweet Celestia" phrase and how she toyed with that was pretty spot on.
Yeah, and also the fact that Starlight is graduated, but she's still staying. Come on, Glim Glam in a Zim Zam forever, even in G5, if for no spoilers. Anyways, my for worst. Let's see, my list. I'll go with the Secrets and Pies. That was just that episode just felt unnecessary.
It did feel like filler.
It did feel like it should be like in, I don't know, season 2 at worst, but not season 6, 7. Sorry.
Not even at season 6.
So sorry, memory is felt boring. I felt nothing from this episode. It did nothing. It should be earlier. That maybe that it had more sense, because the fact that Dash doesn't like pies and this is revealed just now. Well, there probably were many instances like Brotherhood Social when she actually ate the pie, and I don't get this explanation that there was the moment.
Yeah, judging
My
from
point
how
still stands.
judging from how bored the episode kind of gets, I'm suggesting that Rainbow Dash does not like pies just as much as how Anakin does not like sand.
I don't get it.
It's a Star Wars joke.
I know, but I still don't get it.
Who do you pass it off to, Sharp?
Who is on the list?
Let's see.
You know what? Because my shotgun is really tempting. Let's go with the Balto.
Wonder how I predicted that. Okay. Well, this first one, I feel the shotgun won't react to. My number 3 on my best is Fame and Misfortune. I like how basically, some people may see it as an attack on the fandom, but I see it as a wake-up call to the fandom, like, hey, because, it shows how people are when they first meet celebrities. Some do it over the top, some don't know what to do, they get too nervous and end up doing something stupid. Eventually, you just gotta learn, like, hey, yes, they may have a little bit of fame, but they're still human beings, or in this case, they're still ponies.
Yep.
And they should be treated as such.
I kind of just saw it as like friendly roasting.
So, yeah, Fame and Misfortune, written by M.A. Larson. That's number 3 on my best. Now, number 3 on my worst, that's gonna be Not Asking for Trouble, written by Mei-chan, because, honestly, that episode did nothing. I know, honestly, there was only one funny part in it. The rest was just straight up boring. Like, honestly, I can't even say much on it. That's how boring it was.
Wow. Alright, who do you pass it off to?
Let's looky here. Yeah, I'll give it to David.
Well, let me think about this. My best for number 3 would be probably A Flurry of Emotions.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we had some wonderful character development for Flurry Heart. By far.
About time.
Yeah, by far. I mean, in about time, because like she's been introduced and the writers really haven't done much with her. So this episode kind of gave leeway to her character, and Twilight was just adorable in this episode. How she just looked after, how she sort of took away her princess responsibilities and just had fun with her niece.
Can I mention how adorable Flurry Heart was too?
Yes.
Oh my god, she was super adorable.
Yes.
She was absolutely adorable. I mean, just the faces she was making, and she couldn't stand up, and she fell down. and the teddy bear bit, like, wow, just pure good writing.
Oh, that moment in the hospital when she was searching for her stuffed animal, that was a definite highlight.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to my worst number 3 would probably have to be Marks and Recreation. What the heck did they do to Rumble?
Thank you.
Well,
I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that, but at least it's not totally Starlight Glimmer 2.0.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll get to that.
Oh, like Rumble was so innocent when we first introduced him in what was the episode?
Hurricane Fluttershy?
Hurricane Fluttershy, thank you. He was so innocent. He was like, you wanted to give him a hug, and then in this episode, they totally switched him over to like a bully. Like, I can't really say bully. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like a contrasting character.
Oh, look at that. Another character who is unlikable, that's voiced by Vincent Tong. Can that guy ever touch...
I was just about to say, I'm surprised it didn't turn into a wife.
Coincidence? I think not!
I know I know Vincent Tong actually likes voicing characters like that. He even said so himself in an interview. But cut the guy a break. He's such a cool dude.
Exactly.
I mean, at least give it to Flash Century. Even though he's a love or hate kind of character, at least he's super nice.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
I don't actually have anything against Vincent.
Well, come on, let's agree. Flash Sentry is mostly hated by the whole waifu stealers thing, but generally that's a nice character, but it's a little bit pointless. Other characters are actually the unlike because they are actually unlikable.
Yeah. Carble.
Yeah.
Banks.
What was that?
Thank you, Shopwit. Thank you.
Bad Pony, I'm gonna just take that shotgun from you now.
You can have it if you take it from a cold dead weight.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on, please.
Okay, that's good. All right. So I'm gonna send it off to Drizzle.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So best first, right?
If you want to.
Yes. If you want.
Okay. Well, my third best is not asking for trouble. Okay, that whole bit with first of all, it's like the whole episode focuses on just Pinky and Gummy, majority of it, I guess, and those scenes alone are just a laugh riot. I'm sorry, but 20,000 questions. I've been trying to play that game with everyone at work for the last I don't know how long, but that in itself is funny. Just the fact that it cuts off too, and then the whole bit with the yaks and everything, it was just interesting to watch. Like what is it, snow sandwiches and all that weird stuff. Okay, it's just.
I want a snow sandwich.
I'll give you a snow sandwich. It was good. I liked it.
Don't forget about the unique animation that they showed throughout the episode while they were telling that one flashback.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good animation style. I like it. I like it when the show does that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of snow, did anyone see that one thing on Twitter?
You mean with the snow ponies on the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta admire the creativity. But anyways, continue, Drizzle.
And my third worst episode is Fluttershy leans in. I mean, God, an animal sanctuary? What were they thinking? She already does that. Like, they had to build a whole sanctuary for it. I thought the cottage that she lives in was the sanctuary. Like, they're all living around the house anyway. It was so pointless. And then the whole fact that she's, like, yelling. Like, the whole, like, it's like an actual construction montage. I didn't know I was watching Home Improvement. I thought I was watching My Little Pony, for crying out loud. I had, like, people scream at each other because things aren't built properly.
Well, to be fair, this is not like the first time we've seen construction. Remember when?
No, I know that, but it made it like most of it was just complaining while it was happening. The ending was where they resolved, yes, but a majority of it was just bickering during the construction. Like, this shouldn't be here. This is all wrong. It's like I've seen these TV shows, and it's like I don't know. The episode is just dull. I'm sorry.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, good
And when did Fluttershy become Tim Allen?
I don't know. It's just dull and pointless. Because again, I thought her whole neighborhood area there was the little sanctuary.
I mean, she needed a bigger one for more animals.
Look at this point of view.
Wait, hold on a second. It's like it's the woods though. Isn't it like already wide open?
Yeah, but
let's agree on one thing. Around Fluttershy's cottage, the biggest thing was the bear. Other than that, there were only critters, and a few of them. This time we were talking about some bigger animals in the vet, so they kind of needed the space for them to recover.
Yeah. Look at the giraffe.
Animal episode that skunk, 0 out of 10.
Obviously.
Oh my.
Who do you pass it out to, Drizzle?
Who's left? Let's send it to Endless.
Floor is yours.
alright, so my third best was is Health of Information. Because, well, it shows Fluttershy at her best. Sort of. Kind of. like before she got sick and turned into a tree and stuff.
Okay, that's one thing I don't get. How's that even? Like,
Yeah, rare dark brain diseases, they happen. I'm just glad to see her, like, aside for that, that isn't really seen often.
Yeah, true.
And also, you get to explore a new area, sort of.
Yeah, it's still in the Everfree Forest, but I get what you're saying.
Wait, really? I thought they were in, like, a faraway bog place.
But, I could have sworn that was a part of the Everfree Forest. I could be
No, it's
mistaken.
not.
It's not.
Okay. My mistake.
Alright, second best is Royal Problem.
We're doing, like, number 3 for each turn
Oh,
at
we're
this
doing
point.
3.
So, what's your worst number 3?
Oh. Well, Fluttershy leans in. Because again, I like how Fluttershy was debugged, but the difference between that and Health Information is because it was hard to sit through.
Am I the only one that kind of weirded out that both episodes you mentioned were Fluttershy episodes?
It's not because she's my best pony or anything.
I personally would switch the list for those episodes, but that's just me.
Who do you pass it off to?
And Crimson.
Figures.
hey.
No, I didn't see that coming.
Dang, so many good points were taken for this one.
Come on, Crimson, you can do it.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, the best episode for season 7 that I liked was actually
Is it best number 3?
best of 3.
What's your number 3? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Third best episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Go ahead.
The shadow play and something about that episode just twisted the wrong way, and it gave me a vibe that I really didn't remember. Because just looking at that episode, it's like Kingdom Hearts all over again, but with bad.
So that was your worst number 3?
Worst number 3.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused here. Did you say that was your best number 3 or your worst number 3?
I was saying Child Play is one of the episodes that I've seen.
So worst. You cut out there, but I think I got what you're saying.
Yeah, I was kind of cringing at the enemy that Twilight and the others had to deal with.
Okay.
And that enemy didn't seem that less threatening. It looked like it was a pushover.
I agree with you. It's like MLP, the My Little Pony has been known for making a lot of like creative villains throughout the 7 seasons. And whenever I saw that villain and everything, I just didn't think it was that intimidating or that creative in my opinion.
Even though there were some impressive bits with the guy, like when he first enters after escaping from the void, that was pretty impressive animation-wise.
It was, yeah. I'll give it that.
And it reminds you of when he first turned into the Pony of Shadows. I kept thinking of the Venom symbiote taking over him or something. It's like, it's a kid show, right?
Yep. And okay, next episode.
What, best number 3?
Best of 3.
Number 3.
Well, I still got 2 more slots to fill, so yeah, number 3 is gonna be my best episode. So I'm going for one more dislike on the episode.
Yeah, kind of confusing me there, Crimson.
You said best of the 3. Are we going from
Number 3, number 2, number 1. It's like a countdown.
and countdown? Okay.
Tell us your third best episode.
Yeah.
Well, for number 2, let's
Third best Crimson.
third best.
Yes.
Yes, third best.
Rock Solid Friendship.
Nice. Finally, this episode getting some love.
That was a pretty good episode, but I didn't think there was actually something that you can graduate for being a rock expert. That's beyond my views there.
There is actually a college course based on geology, so that's not too far-fetched.
Still very interesting, and got to see Maud doing one of her most greatest achievements.
She smiled twice. In one episode.
Really pass it off to Crimson.
Who else hasn't?
If I remember correctly, it'll be Yoshi, myself, and I believe that's it. It's just Yoshi and myself, I think.
I'm passing it to our floofy tree pony.
Oh, ha ha ha.
Hey,
Put small drizzle on your tree.
Oh, floof, Miss Tree. Oh, floof, Miss Tree.
Very funny, guys.
Get on with
And
it.
now it's on. And now it's on camera.
Yeah, of course it is.
But anyways, okay. Alright, I'll make this interesting. So, okay, non-corner apple. So, worst, number 3, to me would be hard to say anything. Not because it's a remotely bad episode, despite some cringe-inducing moments. I don't think it's a bad episode. It's just an episode that left little to no impact on me. Despite some good aspects of the episode, I love Big Macintosh. I even thought Featherbanks was just okay. And I did like the moral at the end. And I really love the continuity callbacks to Haunted Noob's Day. That was pretty funny. What I didn't like about it is I didn't like the song in the episode. I thought that was a little too cringy. And
Agreed.
And I'm not a big fan of the CMC in the episode, especially Speedbell. Especially if we just got an episode about her growing up and maturing, and now when she's executed like this on the fairy tale logic, that was unbelievably awkward.
I think you're forgetting about one element that was bad in this episode.
And what's that?
Featherbanks.
I already said that. I just said that he was okay. I just thought. I just found him okay.
You were saying, Balto?
Yeah, your shotgun doesn't scare me. I'm on the bed, it's not even loaded.
Actually, don't you mean Sugar Bell?
Moving on. Alright, so, anyways. My best number 3, definitely gonna be Fame and Misfortune. And I would standpoint that as, hands down, in my opinion, it's the funniest episode of the season. I mean, that was the episode I had a lot of fun watching. Oh, even though there was an ongoing debate whether or not Eamon Lawson actually wrote the episode or not, even though he did create the original idea for it. But, come on. Some of the nonsense in this episode had Lawson's fingerprints written all over it.
Twilight was better without wings.
You just mentioned my personal favorite line in the episode. I actually fell on my chair laughing at that part.
Which part again?
The one with Twilight was better when she was without wings.
Was I the only one who when hearing that line thought British Ninja?
Chocolate was better before he had claws.
Oh, shots fired.
Wait, what was that about, Claus? You want to say something?
Anyways, that's about all I gotta say. The only real thing I didn't like about the episode was it felt a little mean-spirited at points, but it was overseen just how funny this episode is. Also, the 2 fillers that are present in the episode are just flippin' adorable.
Okay, here's some trivia. What are the 2 fillies' names?
Coconut cream and actually
Tula
coconut.
Rula.
Tula
Tula
Rula.
Rula.
Yeah, thanks.
The only reason I know that is because I've actually seen G3.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
your poor soul.
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
explains so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were actually in G3. That's not the
Yeah.
they're not the first characters to appear for G3. Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash debuted in Gen 3.
And they have now better life in Gen 4.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pinkie Pie's not acting like Rarity.
That's Rainbow Dash.
G3
Oh, was that Rainbow
Dash?
Dash? I'm sorry.
Yeah, in Gen 4, Rainbow Dash was basically split into two characters.
Yeah. I think
Personality went to Rarity, the rest went to Rainbow Dash.
She said darling in every sentence.
Anyways, that's my number 3 best and worst. So, I'm gonna pass it off to Yoshi.
If he's here.
No, I'm here. Alright, so yeah, sorry about the long absence. I got called away and I couldn't let anyone know because it was urgent.
That's alright.
It's alright.
Yeah, okay, so I know you've already done 5 and 4, right?
It's only a top 3.
Oh, top 3? Oh, okay then. Yeah, so I've actually had a lot to think about. See, because for me, I am with the majority that believes that season 7 was pretty amazing. You know, like on par with like season 4 in terms of quality. But
It was.
yeah, but the thing is, some of it was like really hard for me to pick out the best ones and the worst, because the best ones were like really good, but then the ones that were at the bottom were mostly okay at worst for me anyway.
I can see where it comes from.
But okay, so yeah, I know that I talked with you before about what my top 5 and my top 5 best and worst were, but the list has sort of been updated since we last spoke about it.
I kind of figured. And in case you missed it, Yoshi, we'll do like for example, worst number 3, and then best number 3, and then you pass it off to the next person.
So best to worst?
No, it's like split in 2. Like one best and one worst.
Okay, so alright, so okay, I'm a little confused. So do I start with the best or the worst?
Easier if we go like everyone would go like 3 best, 3 worst, next person.
You talk about the 3rd worst episode and the 3rd best episode, and you move it to someone else.
Oh, okay. So my 3rd worst episode for me would probably have to be Marks and Recreation. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's one of those episodes that I found okay, but there were a few things that kind of irked me. Especially, well, one of them being Thunderlane's little brother.
Rumble.
I mean, yeah, Rumble. Yeah, I don't know why, but why is it that every time that Vincent Tong voices a character, it has to be for a character that people don't like?
That's what I said.
That's what I was just mentioning that too.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I thought like the best parts of the episode were like the intentions behind the CMC's, attempts at helping the ponies, the little fillies, get their cutie marks. But honestly, for me, the episode was just sort of boring.
It was done better in the comics.
I mean, yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a comic of MLP that had roughly the same story, but a little bit different, and it was actually done a lot better.
Yeah. Well, actually, I should check out that comic sometime. But, yeah, for me, it was just a little boring to watch for. I mean, I did get a few chuckles out of a few scenes that made me laugh, like when, Sweetie Belle was telling everyone to remain calm, and then the next scene, boom, she's the one freaking out.
Yeah.
I would...
Sweetie Belle, darling, your sister is a master of freakouts. I really don't expect you to be calm.
Yep, she learned that from her sister.
I think everyone was expecting her to freak out after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main problem for me was that the episode was just a bit of a bore fest. I mean, if I did have to, if there was like an honor or a dishonorable mention, I would put on here, it would probably be Triple Threat. Because, well, that episode's title was a bit misleading. Not to mention the whole episode could have been avoided if Spike hadn't been
getting
so
off
paranoid.
track a little bit by that.
Yeah. So what's your best number 3? What's your third best?
All right, for number 3, definitely Celestial Advice. Yeah, definitely. It definitely made up. Like, one reason I liked it so much was because it made up for the premiere we got in the season 6. Oh, for the crystalling, and that honestly, the crystalling felt a bit underwhelming to me. I don't really hate it like everybody else does. In fact, I kind of like it a lot more since its debut about a year ago. But yeah, I still think it's one of the weaker season premieres.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna change it up to a little bit just to speed things up. So basically with these turns we determine the order, and here's what we're gonna do. Kanata, you're gonna go next, but you're gonna do your top 2 and then your bottom 2, and then we'll move up to Shufflet and go from his top 2 and then his bottom 2, and so on and so forth.
Oh, I guess to speed up the process.
First,
and the honorable mentions if anybody has any.
Yes.
Okay. My second worst episode for me is Hard to Say Anything. Now, if anybody that is listening to this that has seen that review knows that I kind of like went on a bit of a rant near the end of that review and everything, and that's not why I'm putting this at number 2. In fact, looking back, it was a little bit petty for me to go on that bit of a rant. I'm putting this at number 2 because at the end of the day, this episode didn't do much for me at all. I didn't like Big Mac's attempts at trying to win Sugar Bell's heart. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wasn't a big fan of Feather Banks throughout most of the episode. I only enjoyed the song, and that's only because of Featherbanks' part, not really much of Big Mac's part, and the fact that Featherbanks slightly got redeemed at the end of the episode. Those are the only 2 good things I can come up with that I can say good about Hard to Say Anything. Everything else, it just didn't do much for me at all. It was just sad more than anything, seeing Big Mac trying to kiss Sugar Bell and everything. I didn't want to see that. It was just sad to see.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, and
although I do admit the moment when Sugar Bell saw the shelf that Big Macintosh built for her reaction was freaking adorable as heck.
Yeah, I mean that was cute to see.
And I'm sorry, I actually thought this was a cute ship.
What?
The Sugar Mac ship that was introduced in the episode. I thought it was pretty cute.
Yeah. Well, like
Still
I said,
better than Flutter Mac.
Like I said, I'm not as mad about it as I was at first. I mean, I was mad at first about it because it just recently happened, and it was still in my head immediately when that happened. But after giving it some time, I'm not as upset about it. I get it, I still would prefer to see Marble Pie and Big Mac, but then that would be technically incest, and I know people wouldn't like that. So it is what it is with that. And for the worst episode for season 7, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise because I don't think anybody is going to put this in the worst list of anybody's.
Wait. Okay, are we doing 2 now?
Yeah.
To speed things up, we're doing our top 2 and worst 2 and honorable mentions for personal episode.
All right.
Okay, now for my worst episode, it's Forever Philly. Now the reason why this episode is the worst for me is that this episode does nothing for me. I was not interested in the main story. I wasn't interested in the side story. I wasn't interested in anything throughout this episode. And in my opinions, those can be the worst episodes in MLP when an episode just provides nothing for you. At least with stuff like Honest Apple and everything, I can, at least, look back and be interested in Really Lace's dialogue and Inky Rose's dialogue. At least, I can go back and, be interested in that. I can't even find anything like that in Forever Fairly. So for the episodes of doing absolutely nothing for me personally at all, that's my worst episode. And I can understand, why. I can understand why this episode was being made and everything. And I do appreciate them trying to tackle this message, but it wasn't a message for me personally. And I'm the younger brother, of the family and everything. So I can slightly understand, what Sweetie Belle was going through and everything. But at the same time, it really didn't do much for me.
Understandable.
Okay, for my second best episode, it will be Campfire Tales. This was another good episode to watch. I love the world building throughout the episode. I love the 3 separate stories. I especially loved Rarity's story and the message and the small battle we got. And I just loved a lot of stuff in Campfire Tales.
It was definitely an entertaining episode, no doubt about it.
Alright. For my honorable mention, what?
I was just gonna say, Miss Main had the best story in that episode.
She really did. She really did. I wish the others had as strong of a message as Miss Main did. It would have been really nice to see Applejack's story get as strong of a message and as strong of a story. But it's all preference
and not
at the
including
end of the day.
the Deus Ex Machina. God damn it!
Yeah. And now for my honorable mentions, it's going to be the episode Fluttershy Leans In. This was my most personal episode of MLP this season because I am a lot like Fluttershy in this episode. The fact that everyone tries to do stuff around her because they think they know what's best and everything. I can relate to that because I deal with that from time to time with people, going behind their backs, doing stuff, because they think they know what's best for them and everything. And we get a lot of development for Fluttershy and finally get to see her, be assertive after all this time.
Yeah,
I mean, I know. Yeah, I know not everyone's like the biggest fan of Fluttershy, but it's episodes like Fluttershy Leans In that makes Fluttershy for me my favorite character throughout the whole series because she now has like 4 personal episodes for me, counting this one.
Yeah, we all have those episodes, no doubt about that.
Yeah. And for my number 1, and for my favorite episode of the season, it will be A Royal Problem. This was an episode we have been waiting 7 seasons for, and it truly paid off. We got to see, more in the day-to-day lives of Princess Luna and Princess Celestia. We got to see like a new form of Princess Celestia we never thought we would get to see. The story was very nice. Starlight wasn't like a small side thing. She played just as important part of the episode as the 2 princesses.
Basically, she was integral part of the episode. Let's agree on that.
Yeah.
It was just overall just the best episode throughout the season. It's an episode that we've all been waiting for, and I'm glad that we finally be able to see it.
Yeah.
Now, go on.
No, go ahead. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was going to say now if only we can get a Diamond Tiara episode.
Still waiting on that, guys. You're making me like Crusaders of the Lost Ark less and less.
Same.
Yeah. Alright, and with that's all I have to say.
Alright, good, Shopwet.
What about the worst episode?
Bottom 2 and top 2.
No, we're Canada. I thought we are going with to number 1 and number 2 right now. So,
No,
so what was Canada's worst episode?
Forever Philly.
Okay.
No, that was my number 1 worst.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Right, so mine with the number 2 worst episode, I will go with Marks and Recreation. God, I mean, come on. It has a nice promise, but then it went downhill with the how much of a jerk Rumble was with this whole no to cutie marks. I mean, oh my god, can someone actually hit him? I'm sorry, but that's basically. There was a moment basically that's what I felt, and it would be good if not for this whole feeling like, okay, no for cutie marks because cutie marks are good. What is it? I think I heard this before. Oh yeah, Starlight Glimmer. Anyone?
Well, I wouldn't
That's
go...
just basically Rumble was Diet Starlight Glimmer, but more jerkish and less. I don't know. Should I call it? I'm missing the word. Cunning. Oh, that is a good word. Cunning.
I wouldn't really go that far in my opinion, because the big difference is the big motivation on why they don't like Kingdom Hearts. Starlight didn't like Kingdom Hearts because she thinks it'll separate other ponies from each other and they want to have a strong connection. In Robo's case, he was afraid of getting a Kingdom Heart because he thinks it'll be too limited on what to do. And what Rumble really wants, and what Rumble really wants is to, and what Rumble really wanted was to be like his big brother, who is actually a Wonderbolt.
Basically, him getting a cutie mark, he felt that it would take away his dream.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but does he still have to be such a jerk with that?
Fair point. I never said he was clean cut.
Yeah. Okay, so with the number 2 best episode, I would go with the Real Problem. Pretty much, it was already said by Konana how good this episode is. If the Celestia Advice was already a good taste of the little bit development for Celestia, this was pretty much a holy grail of both Celestia and Luna. We've been pretty much dying, and I'm not getting the whole comic book explanation because that one was come on, that's a comic book. Yeah. We have actual canon by the story made by the show, and I would say even that it's better than in a comic with the Luna Micro.
Yeah.
I'll take this story over Luna Micro every day, every time.
I would too, as good as both those stories were.
And come on, if that episode could make the Starlight characters appreciate her, I'm sold.
Go on.
Okay, so now with the number 1 worst, that is not Honest Apple, so technically that's the number 2 worst for me. I would go with, I don't know if that would be a surprise, Daring Dawn.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome?
Did someone just do Art of Violet as Moana and Sharp?
Oh,
well, we already moved on. But anyway, after getting off the track. Come on. Pretty much this episode for me contains only 2 good parts. That would be Pinky,
yes,
as a whole, and Legend. With the few, but even the Legend is a little bit, but there are still buts.
Someday the best pillar.
I know there's nuts. They're amazing.
Yeah, pretty much the Somnambula story was pretty much a bit mismade for me. So it's my favorite. However, the what follows in the episode based on this legend, it absolutely makes no sense. Not only mentioned that was so predictable. I mean, like the moment when they said Eke Yörük is retiring Caballero.
And I thought Rarity Investigates had a predictable villain.
There was, in Rarity Investigates, at least there was some doubt at some moment that maybe it's not it's actually not the Wind Rider, but maybe that's some other forces, not necessarily Nerwam Dash.
Yeah.
This time, pretty much, it was obvious from the get-go.
Yep.
And not to mention this whole poofing, this whole steam poofing vents later in the episode when they helped the reach Rainbow Dash. Facepalm, but that was pretty much a facepalm.
That was bullshit.
I'm sorry. What? Non-intentional joke. Well, yeah, that's my number one. That's technically number two. So we missed the best number one, which is technically number two best, because that's not the Honest Apple, because I have no complaints to Honest Apple. While with this one, I have a few complaints, but that's I still love it. Shadow Play.
Yeah, Shopper, did you mean Perfect Pair when you said that? You done goofed up.
You accidentally put Honest Apple and Best in the same sentence.
No, I'm moving the to the yeah, but that is not the Oh, never mind.
Yeah, go on.
Because number one, which is technically number two, because this is not Perfect Pair, I go with the Shadow Play.
Nice.
Simply because I'm simply sucker for love, even if that for lore. Because even if the game there is basically like no plot or barely any plot, because there is like, I don't know, League of Legends when I was playing that game, I was digging lore in that game. This is the same thing with here. First of all, we finally see how stars will look like. God damn it, how long we've been waiting for that. Second, we actually got some little bit lore behind the Tree of Harmony. Something behind stars was come on, the pillars. David, even if villain was kind of interesting, even though underwhelming a little bit, because let's say that's, I would say for the premise itself, Pony of Shadows was a little bit better Nightmare Moon, because Nightmare Moon only one Eternal Night. Pony of Shadows was one total darkness. That's more threatening, if I have to be honest.
So if Nightmare Moon is Sephiroth, then the Pony of Shadows is X-Death.
Not quite get it, because I still haven't played the Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, but you still get what I mean.
Kind of, sorta, maybe. Not quite. But yeah, that's the list that also contains the spoilers for my future videos, as well as the my list. That's not the spoilers for season 8. Let's make it clear.
Yeah, very clear.
Kill those spoilers with fire.
Anyways,
moving, if I may, for a moment.
Go on.
I'm ready. Balto, go on.
Oh yes, your unloaded shotgun is so scary.
Alright.
Did that sound like unloaded?
Let's not go that far, guys. Go ahead, Balto.
I'm gonna do best first, actually, and
Alright.
so number 2 on my best is gonna be Uncommon Bond, written by both Josh Hayward and Kevin Lappin, because it shows how sometimes friends grow apart from each other. Like, I remember an old friend I had back at my old house who I never saw again. And then I know another friend that I used to see a lot, except for now we have like literally no common interests and we never hear from each other ever. I mean, I'll hear stuff about him and like what he's into and whatnot. My mom will ask me questions about it. Not that I know anything about what he's into, but. And then there are some friends, like actually, just 2 days ago, I was at the roller skating rink and saw an old friend. I didn't even remember him until he said we were friends. So it shows how friends can get out of touch, and when you think you still have the same interests, you really don't, and sometimes that can make for some really awkward stuff, especially if you're like at a party and they like your friends more than you, like Sunburst did.
So you're basically in Star's position.
Yeah. So that's why I like Uncommon Bond. Now, for number 2, on my worst, that's going to be Triple Threat written by Josh Hamilton, because I'm sorry, but I don't like massive amounts of cringe, and this episode delivered. It wasn't the cringiest, in it, but yeah, honestly, the way Spike, Starlight, and especially Twilight were trying to keep Thorax and Ember apart, ugh, especially the chairs. And then that calling Spike. Some people like that. I personally completely unnecessary.
Understandable.
And Ember, look, I know you're not used to being nice to people, but have a fucking brain. And I also don't like how Spike finally sits down with Thorax. Thorax is explaining what's wrong. He's like, hey, I gotta go. Like, and I'm not just saying that because I like Thorax. I'm saying that because that's just fucking straight up rude.
Yeah.
Like, even I wouldn't do that. Not for you.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
So, that's what I don't like Triple Threats. So now, should I say my honorable mention now or not? I don't even really know if I'm allowed to, considering what it is, but...
What is it?
If it's a very personal episode, if it's the most personal episode for you this season, that's not on your list, then sure.
Alright, so I'll just do the honorable mention now. Honorable mention would be Honest, because with Applejack's brutal honesty, I can actually relate to that, and actually, you can even ask anyone else in the call right now, they can confirm this. My honesty can get really out of hand and start quite a bit of drama at times. So, yeah, I know people don't want to talk about this episode, so I'm just going to end it there. But
I understand where you're coming from, Balto.
Just because we don't like the episode doesn't mean that you can't talk about the episode and praise the episode.
Well, I just meant because... But what I meant by that was that, like, because you said we shouldn't talk about Perfect Pair or Perfect Pair and Honest Apples. That's why I said that.
We only said that because like we don't want it to be like top one or like bottom one. That's why.
All right.
Yeah. If it's not on your list, then that's okay.
And no, I probably shouldn't say that here. Okay, so anyway, so my number 1 favorite episode of the season. People probably think they know what it is, but they actually don't. My favorite episode of this season is actually To Change a Change.
That was my first guess.
Oh.
Mine too.
I thought you all would assume hard to say anything, but...
That was my second guess.
But, yeah, I like The Change a Changeling simply because I love it as much as other people don't nowadays because of their new rainbow look, or rainbow vomit changelings, as one of my friends says. And yeah, and I also like how Pharynx is like this warrior type. And by the way, can I just say, Pharynx's voice is just fucking glorious.
Yeah,
Bill Newton forever.
Yeah, if there's one thing I do agree on with the episode is Pharynx's best changeling.
Yeah, but yeah, so I like how because he's this aggressive warrior type that needs to learn to be gentle when he needs to be. And after hearing a bit of Thorax's backstory to back this up, it all just came together and I ended up enjoying it. Pharynx ended up being the key to solving everything, as if that wasn't expected. And yeah. Okay. Everyone knows what my top worst is, so...
Yep.
Parental guidance. Now, I don't care how many dislikes this stream gets. I'm sorry, but that episode was a fucking royal cringe fest. You guys try to tell me the newbie dash from the last season was bad, and if you think that's bad, how the hell do you tolerate this garbage? Yes, I know some parents get over proud of their children, but to the point where they're freaking out about, yes, you can hang a towel on a locker. What? Who fucking cares?
So you're basically Rainbow Dash in that situation.
Yes, I am, and I would be, and I actually would not regret yelling as douchebag as that may sound.
Yeah, I do think that was a major hiccup, though.
Just, everything. Like what? Do you also have a trophy for the first diaper she shit in?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Just, I fucking hate this episode with a passion. Fret of Glide is written by Josh Hamilton, by far the series.
Someone explain me, why did I prepare that shotgun?
Someone just sent Barto like a Skidoo alarm clock to where, where it would do like Skidoo scream at the beginning of the episode whenever.
9, 8, 7. No, Charpet, I'm taking that gun from you now. Kanata, get out!
It's gonna be a thing, Barto. Just you watch. That Skidoo alarm clock is gonna be a thing one day.
The second you send that to me, I am blocking you.
Okay. David, your turn.
Okay. Okay, we're going by number 2s right now, right?
Your basically your bottom 2 and then your top 2.
My bottom. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. My bottom 2 would have to be.
I'll be back.
Alright.
I didn't really enjoy Daring Done.
Is that your second worst or your first worst?
That's my second worst.
Okay, but still, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, the premise, the story premise was good and all, but I think the way they executed it was, could have been more up to par.
Let's be fair. If we do get a this kind of story with Aki Young officially retiring, it would kind of be the same lesson as Pinky's micro comic.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
By the way, great comic. I recommend you read that.
All right, put that on my list. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really find it that all appealing, I mean, I found the episode kind of rushed, to be honest.
Which is nothing new.
Which is nothing new with the MLP episodes,
Can't even mark.
So yeah, that was my second worst.
Mhm. And number 1.
And my number 1 worst
That's not Honest Apple.
No, is not asking for trouble.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the yaks and everything.
Told you it's all because the yaks.
Yeah, I mean, I found the yaks kind of grumpy in this episode.
Understatement of the year.
Yeah, and God, I mean, just everything about this episode. I mean, the yaks were so grumpy. I mean, I understand they were doing that celebration in the episode, and they were sprucing the place up for when Pinkie Pie arrived and everything, and but the only highlight of the episode I really kind of liked was the 20,000 questions. Was it?
Yeah, somewhere along the lines, yeah.
Yeah. That was really good how Pinkie Pie did that.
And Yeah, I do agree with Sharp for it, and if it was zebras instead of yaks, I wouldn't even complain.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what, guys? Let me put it this way: yaks like to smash something that is not perfect. So why don't they smash themselves?
How would you? Ooh.
And I just realized how terrible this sentence sounds.
I don't know how you could do that, but okay.
With the mullet, the best.
I guess
or dynamite.
Or walk into a wall. I don't know.
Moving on.
Okay.
So, what about your top two?
My top two best. My number two best is the Rock Solid Friendship episode.
Yay! I love it when this episode gets some love.
Just a lot of good things about this episode I liked. I mean, I don't know where to start. I guess Mod Pie development, more bonding with the Rock family.
Minus the flashback scene, which was dumb.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to put that in, but I guess I can just look past that. But yeah, I mean, this episode had such uniqueness to it. I mean, I even love the episode title, Rock Solid Friendship. That tells you that this show in general has some good writers. Where they put these two words together, rock solid, and then friendship at the end. Like, how could you go wrong with that?
That episode will probably be it might be in my top 3 if it wasn't for Pinkie Pie being desperate from time to time in the episode.
Yeah, but we all get desperate like that,
That's a little bit of an understatement. She was ready to bury them underground.
Okay, that was the only thing that was a bit of. That was the only thing where I did question. It's like, what are you doing? That was the only part where I questioned Pinkie, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Hey, Venom.
Yeah.
You didn't question Pinkie when they put the cowbells on Starlight and Ma to track them?
No, that's actually pretty Pinkie.
Yeah, that was Pinkie. Being Pinkie.
Yeah.
So I do see a point.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. That just came off as a little bit of a stalker alert more than anything.
It's Pinkie Pie, don't question it.
To be honest, that's something that Twilight would do.
Yeah, like a beeper.
I don't know. I could see Sharpwood putting a bell on. Try to keep me.
Anyways.
Okay, so I think is that it, or do
I? What's your favorite episode?
My favorite episode. A Royal Problem.
Yay!
Thank you.
A Royal Problem. Come on, guys. I mean, we had more Celestia and more Luna development.
You're a royal problem, you what?
Yeah, I am a royal problem. I had too much pancakes. For this episode, you add 2 royal sisters, plus you add the student of Twilight Sparkle into the mix. You got a solid episode. End of story.
Amen.
So there, I think that's it for me.
Your turn, Drizzle.
All right, excellent.
Okay, that's enough.
Wait, what?
That's enough.
Oh, okay. So my bottom 2, Campfire Tales. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of the campfire episodes. They're just not very entertaining. And this one felt like more. I don't know. To me, this one felt more like the other one, except we're not focused much on Scootaloo than the last time. That's really all I've got to say for that. The campfire episodes are dull.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
If you go any further, I might. Yeah, Drizzle. If you go any further, I could sing the campfire song.
Heck yeah, Louie would love to join that, now wouldn't he?
I was just gonna mention that.
But let's just hope there's no sea there. Or sea pony. Oh my god, if there were some sea ponies.
We do not speak of sea ponies in here.
Dude, Kanata, get out.
But they're
Anyway.
cool
Now, okay, so my least favorite for season 7, I'm sorry, it's all bottled up. I don't like it. I can't even fathom the purpose of this. Like, it just felt like a waste of time. Like, those two, I understand that you got some issues once in a while, but, like, it just felt like there were issues for the sake of being issues. Like, it felt more like Starlight was just having a bad day, you know?
Yeah, to be honest, my thoughts on All Bottled Up is a little harsher than when we did the podcast. It's becoming a lot harsher.
It's because of who?
No, I mean, my thoughts on All Bottled Up has gotten a lot more negative recently.
Is it because it's boring?
No.
I never liked it to begin with.
No. No, two
it,
reasons, but go ahead.
No, they picked a really boring episode. Like, I don't understand. Like, the two of them, they get into like, it feels like every time at the end, even at the end of the episode, it just feels like Starlight gets mad at Trixie for like everything. Like, it even does dumb stuff, and then it just the concept at the end there where the bottle opens and all the anger goes into like a bunch of others. I don't know.
Too obvious.
Actually, I can understand.
Not at all. And they like picked 3 completely random ponies to do that to as well. Like, it's not even anything important. It just happened to be whoever was walking by at the time.
Well, it just shows how others what can impact if someone bottle up their anger after a while. It's like after a while it affects other people, not just yourself, when you bottle up your anger and not tell people how you feel.
I know a whole lot about bottling up anger, but I take it out on everyone usually, and I don't intend to. That's like the one thing that I worry about, is my anger has cost me a lot of friends in the past because I fly off the handle here. But I don't know, it's weird. That's all.
The only thing I could really praise for All Bottled Up is the mall. Despite how flawed the episode is, the mall was great.
I'll give you that.
Am I alone that I also enjoyed the song "Best Friends Till the End of Time" in that episode?
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't. It was bland, pointless, and the timing was awful.
They did that on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Which ends up making it worse.
I can see where you're coming from, Venom.
So, anyways, continue, Drizzle.
Okay, so if I'm going from my second favorite, A Flurry of Emotion.
Cool.
But I mean, like, for real, listen, it's Flurry Heart. Come on, it was so cute. Like, the facial expressions alone. Come on, you gotta like melt to death. I would have melted. I can't handle cute things. I'm sorry, they kill me.
It sounds like your baby's
the whole interaction with like the Auntie Twilight thing.
It sounds like baby's all your kryptonite, Drizzle.
Drizzle, I was also weak to cuteness before, but now I'm kind of more resistant to that.
Never in a million.
Tell that to Soma.
Actually, that's still pink, but not that pink.
It's just cute. I don't know. I like the interaction. I mean, come on. Like, when we ever got to see Twilight hang out with Flurry Heart? They need to do another one like this too. Definitely want to see them hang out more.
I would love to see that.
They have to do it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
They have to do it the same formula they did with that episode for the Flurry of Emotions.
Hey, as long as it's not like baby cakes, I'm good.
Baby cakes?
But Pinky has to look after the twins.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was dull.
It was sad to watch.
It was the only. It was one of the only two Pinkie Pie episodes I call boring. The other one being Secrets and Pies. But anyways, continue on, Dwizzle.
Okay, so number one favorite episode, it's a real problem.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yay!
Celestia and Luna, like, I complained most of the time watching this. Where the heck is Celestia? I mean, Luna even gets more screen time than her. That's my opinion, though. I mean, for real, like, when Celestia, if she makes an appearance, she makes an appearance for, like, 2 minutes in one episode. And it's usually to tell Twilight about something she's got to do. That's like 80% of her appearances. It's okay, Twilight, it's time.
And
but now we get to see the two
and what about,
when they're
if I may, what about the remaining 20%? Is that the getting captured or being beat down?
pretty much.
Or you could only be in the episode for 5 minutes and for the sake of a joke. No, second Francis.
But yeah, no, I love getting to see them do their thing. And then they had this like switch. They had to like switch up what they were doing too for the day. And Starlight has to fix their problem. That's just interesting. Like I probably wouldn't have been able to do that. I mean, just look at how calm and collected she remained under that. Like you got two people, you got two like almost goddess-like ponies getting into an argument. Like you got to get in between that. Oh my god, I don't know if I'd want to get involved in that. And I get in a lot of other people's problems. Fixing that friendship. I
kind of like how they wrote Starlight in that episode.
Yeah, Starlight was the perfect choice for this.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anybody else to go and do that friendship problem.
That must have been why the map chose her too.
I still call bull on Starlight being called by the map, but that was actually a good explanation why she had to go there.
Yeah.
I had the same face as Twilight when I was just like, wait, why? What? Huh?
I think the only bigger surprise of who was called by the map was Spike.
That was
next episode.
That was pointless.
Like
at least Starlight had a cutie mark.
Yeah.
And at least there could be a headcanon explanation that Starlight put a trace of her magic while she was trying to fix it.
Yeah, that could be a good explanation, but with Spike, sorry, no, actually, no, wait. Spike Heights is strong, so kinda go. So it's kinda explains things, but we're gonna have to track.
Yeah. Anything else to us, or should we move on?
My honorable mention is parental guidance, just due to the fact that the parents are more supportive there, I guess, but that's really my only reasoning for it.
Alright.
Excuse me while I get the feather pluckers.
You can do that later. Right now, we gotta hear Endless's input.
Oh boy.
What a segue. Alright. Bottom two and then best two.
Okay, funny story about my worst. I honestly didn't really think up much because I don't really hate much of the episodes in this season. Besides the obvious, I'm either like meh about them or there's just something I like about them that makes me not want to hate it.
I can only name 2 episodes besides the obvious that I don't like, so I'm kind of with you on that one.
I'll try to find something. Okay, I might have a problem with Shadow Play, or second worst.
Oh, okay.
It's just that everything just seems to happen, like, too conveniently, if that makes sense.
I can definitely see where you're coming from as I look more into it.
This magical explanation that just so happened to happen, and then, oh, how do we do this? And then the answer just goes right to him again, and it just, I don't know.
In my opinion, I think that would have been better as a premiere than a finale, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it just seemed, and the problem just seemed like obvious, like, hey, I mean, we've done it so many times before. Let's talk about our problems, and then they're all like, nah, let's not talk about our problem. We're not gonna do it this time, even though it's worked so many times before. We're gonna try to do it the other way. That's just gonna lead to more problems.
Because Twilight got super obsessive of noticing her senpai.
Alright, Vincent, maybe next time.
But yeah, I was just mostly underwhelmed. Like the first time I watched this episode, I couldn't count how many times I copied Josh Gordon and said convenient.
So, it's an interesting question. I wonder what would happen if Celestial Advice and Shadowplay switched.
I kind of like it the way it is, because I saw Celestial Advice as like a calm after the storm.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, Shadowplay not my favorite season finale, but it's not the worst, I guess.
It's the best finale since Twilight's Kingdom.
Yeah.
What's your worst episode?
And Triple Threat. Though it's kind of like mostly my fault. Like I overhyped myself. Like, oh my god, Thorax and Ember, and they're gonna communicate with Spike after so long. I can't wait for this episode. It's gonna be the best thing ever. And no, it's not.
To be honest, I think all of us were overhyped about that because Thorax and Ember being together, and well, I mean, if there's one thing I appreciate about season 6 is how it wrote Spike.
Yeah.
So that got me a little bit overhyped about it too.
I wasn't very hyped for that episode. I was more like worried for this episode.
I was intrigued with this episode, and just seeing how the episode turned out to be, that was like another reason why I was at number 3. It was just a disappointment, you know. Even though we have some development from like Thorax and Ember and everything, this was not the way I wanted to see them in their next episode.
Yeah, I was mostly just disappointed. Like, I don't hate it. I just like really disappointed.
I don't hate the episode, I just dislike it. There's a difference.
Yeah.
What about your
It's
top
one of those episodes that you probably wouldn't watch often than the others.
Exactly.
Hey guys.
Yes?
Remember when Royal Problem was my second one?
Yeah.
That was before a bunch of people said it, so I'm gonna change my second one now.
You're gonna change your number 2?
Yep. I'm going to change it now. Thanks a lot, guys.
No. You can always expand upon it if you want.
What's left to expand upon?
You could just say.
You could go deeper into details, like how Luna set it up, those flower arrangement things that would help other people's dreams. I thought that was a very nice touch to add.
That's something, I guess, but I actually have a good number 2 to replace it with.
Okay, what is it?
All bottled up.
Ooh.
Haha, I'm the contrarian here, Balto.
Actually, that was Drizzle that said it.
Botto laughed. Kind of wish she stayed for an extra few minutes to hear that.
And actually, that was Drizzle who put it at the worst. Also,
I know, I was just saying about being a contrarian.
Oh. Go on.
I just like how they kind of explored the dynamic between Trixie and Starlight. Like, they actually interacted more since we didn't really get much of that last season.
Yeah.
And also, the whole bottled up thing, kind of relatable.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it is relatable.
I think we can all relate to that, and like
I can relate to that as well on my anger, as you all saw me unleash on he who shall not be named.
Yeah, and like I said, if there's one thing I will give the episode credit is that the ball was great. Everything else, I thought was either cringe-inducing or meh.
I will put it this way: I appreciated Starlight after season 6 finale. She's now back to not liking category after this episode alone.
I liked the small touch of like Starlight's mane getting worse and worse the more that she bottled up her anger. That was a nice small touch to add throughout the episode.
Oh yeah.
I also like some of the hijinks, like when everyone like was enchanted, cursed, I don't know, with Starlight's anger, and it's just slapstick all over the place. Pretty much karma for Trixie. I'm sure
It's
a lot of people liked.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sad that Trixie didn't get hit by that nut card.
Didn't she? Didn't I thought she did? Didn't she like come out of it like all dazed and everything, like it hit her?
No, suddenly she avoided this nut track.
I always like when there's one character running and then another character throws something, and the first character is pretty much just running towards the thing that's falling towards them. I always find that funny for some reason.
I like how they do a character animation where the character's running and you see the object fall right in front of them and they stop right before it hits them. They're like, "Oh, okay, I'm fine."
Again, that's classic cartoon logic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like the hijinks and good morning for the episode.
Yeah, other than that, Trixie sucks, the song sucks, the stuff with the main 6 were basically pointless. So, I do admit, if that was its own episode, I wouldn't mind. But for how it's placed in the episode, it's pointless.
Yeah, but I like how they kind of use self-aware humor with the whole. Hey guys, sing a song about friendship out of nowhere, like life's a musical.
I also liked the small touch to where it's like the end one scene was saying the last 2 words, but then it starts a new scene with the exact 2 words that ended the last scene.
Anyways, continue, Endless.
So do I say my number 1 best now?
Out of the perfect pair.
All right, and my favorite wasn't really perfect pair anyway. It was sweet and nice, but not my favorite.
Okay.
It's actually Discord and Harmony.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a surprise. Nobody before mentioned that.
No.
Kind of surprising because it's Discord, guys. He's getting character development. What are you doing?
Even though I didn't think Discord was all that funny in this, he's not that funny when he's just working off himself. He's funnier when he works off other ponies.
Well, on the other hand, that was actually the point of this episode, to actually show Discord in not his natural surrounding, not natural habit.
Yeah, but the way he works off each of the story points was actually pretty funny.
I just like the line he said, "No, I'll walk it home."
There was so many puns.
At least a better puns than what about Discord?
True.
True.
I just like how Discord and Flashlight interacted. She taught him that you don't have to be the same as me. I like you because you're different.
Oh yeah. The entire third act was just legit adorbs.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah, I think that episode had a good message to it. Just like what you said, Endless. It's good to be different.
Exactly. Alright, so I believe Crimson's next.
What'd you say, Shopwit?
And someone out there, KP was raging that the MOP is giving more fuel to Fluttercore than Celestia Cord.
Fluttercore forever.
Shots fired. It was, go on, Crimson. Yeah, if he's still here.
I think he's still here.
Come on.
Legend has it if you say Crimson's name 3 times, he will appear.
Crimson, Crimson, Crimson.
I am not Balto. Grizzle will accept that cheeseburger is his favorite.
Okay, Crimson, that was so well timed.
That was perfect.
I wasn't sure that was going to happen.
Besides, I do that to everyone. I just bolt them.
Oh my god.
Alright, what's your bottom 2 and top 2, Crimson? Crimson.
Crimson.
Like, he's
my
gonna
God.
get
Do I
We
have
have
to
to
say
do
your
the
name
legend-
3 times again?
Do it.
Crimson, Crimson, Crimson.
I'm right here.
let us know.
It works.
I'm sorry. I'm just making sure you're still here. But anyways, what bottom 2 and top 2, Crimson? Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
Do you think, Canada?
I can't help but think he's doing this on purpose.
I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Ah.
Okay.
You want
So,
us to just
you can
come
just
back?
say that.
You want us to just come back to you then?
Yeah, skip my turn before I'm ready.
Alright, then I guess I'm next then. Okay, mine's pretty easy because I already got a list right here. Okay, so I'll go for worst first, if you guys don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Alright, so worst number. Okay, the bottom 2 episodes are all episodes that I personally don't like. You know, besides the obvious. And welcome back, Balto. Alright, so number 2 for the worst will be Triple Threat. Really, I can summarize the episode with just 2 things. It was one, it was boring. 2, did it have to feel like a typical Spike episode? But come on!
Yeah.
People fought past that. We have an entire season where Spike was fantastic. We got not one,
and
but
then we go back here to
I mean-
the point 0.
I mean, look at season 6. We have not one but 2 great Spike episodes. We had Gauntlet of Fire, which is Spike's best representation to date. My favorite of the Spike episodes. And then you got Tyrell Changing, which is the best representation of Spike.
Thank you.
So I don't understand why they're taking his character and going backwards.
Not to mention, between those, there were also the his other roles in Celestial Advice and All Bottled Up. That's also where he was pretty good back days.
Yeah, well, at least that's one thing I liked about Once Upon a Zeppelin was that little moment with Spike. It did have a moment.
Yeah.
It did have a good moment for Spike in Once Upon a Zeppelin. But yeah, Triple Threat. It was boring. It felt like a typical season 3 Spike episode. And also him getting chosen by the map is so pointless and forced. I almost wanted to face palm. But
I literally flopped to the floor.
moving on. Alright. Number 1 worst, again, besides the obvious. Done. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, if you like the episode, good for you. I personally can't stand it. I mean, okay, the only good things I can say about the episode was Pinkie Pie herself. She was great comic relief and good supporting character. And the Legend of Sun Nebula was really good. That's not the best part about the episode. Everything else was a total flop. It's riddled with plot holes left and right, especially considering how Daring Do is in the real world. I mean, if you know who Daring Do is, how can you not know who A.K. Young is? Ignore the fact that they're the same pony. She's the one who wrote the books for crying out loud. How can you not know who she is?
Yeah, I know. How do you confuse that?
And also, the ending when they tried to save Rainbow was total bullshit.
Oh, that was bad. I didn't.
Okay, why could they do the invisible grids thing? I mean, you only go overboard with the Indiana Jones references. Why stop now? That would have been a perfect reference right there. And it'd also be good symbolism, too.
No, we have proofs.
Such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, the whole thing about the villain, the subplot thing. Come on. If you thought Rarity Investigates was too obvious, you haven't seen this. At least with Rarity Investigates, I had some form of doubt with the scene at the pastry. Like, okay, maybe Spitfire would request it for herself just so she could take a day off or something. Nope. But at least in here, it was obvious from the get-go, and it stayed obvious. I mean,
You could have at least shaved Caballeron.
I'm gonna say this right now. It's very funny because of the multiple references in the episodes. if Reading the Weep was Race of the Lost Ark, Derry Don't was the Temple of Doom, Stranger the Fanfiction was The Last Crusade, if that were the case, then I'm calling Derry Done the MLP's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. A lot of cringeworthy moments, a lot of plot points that just don't add up, and really, this episode is just a gosh darn mess.
But Somnambula.
That was one of only two good things about that one. But again, that's one of only two. Everything else was total flop.
What about the giant cat pony?
You mean the Sphinx?
Yeah, that.
That goes in my second positive, which was the legend itself.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm getting off tangent here. Alright. As for the best, my second favorite, not counting Perfect Pair, then my second favorite would have to be A Royal Problem. Basically, what everyone else already said, Solid was fantastic, the chemistry between Celeste and Luna were fantastic, Daybreaker was awesome, even though...
Finally, someone mentioned Daybreaker, even I forgot about her.
Yeah, Daybreaker was awesome, even though whether or not she's real was up for debate. But
I would love to see Daybreaker again, like in Season 8 or Season 9.
My only problem with Daybreaker is her design.
Calling it now. I call it now. I really want Daybreaker to be a villain in a season premiere or a season finale. Actually,
Same.
Actually, season finale would be better.
I still like Daybreaker design more than Nightmare Star.
Wait! I just got an idea. We started this series with Nightmare Moon. So why don't we end the series with Daybreaker? Then everything would come full circle.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Like I said, everything would come full circle.
Yeah, I like that.
And,
Sure.
And before I get to my number one, I have an honorable mention for most personal episode. And that would actually be Rock Solid Friendship. And I'm sorry, it's a very personal episode for me, mainly because I've been in Pinky's situation. I was Pinkie Pie at one point. And I actually do appreciate, even though the dynamite bit was a stretch, but that's about it. I thought Pinky was pretty spot on, except for that part. And what really made me forgive her is that she was called out on, and she apologized for her actions. So I called her out, and Miss Other Pinky apologized to Maud for her behavior. So okay, alright, all's forgiven and such. Yeah. At the very least, it's like with the friend indeed almost. She realized that she made a mistake, and she does try to fix it.
Yeah.
True. I was mostly annoyed because it was like something we already seen before, like in Mod Pie. Like she already been in that situation before.
Yeah, and I can see where you're coming from in that aspect. That I can definitely see. And if you don't like the episode, I can understand why, but I still really enjoyed it.
No, I really enjoyed it too. It's just not my first time enjoying it. Like the second time watching it, I thought it was really cute.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Can I just say something?
What's
Sure.
that?
I actually do personally like how they do handle Pinkie Pie in most parts of the show in general. You know,
Yeah.
they take her character and they look at her and they say, okay, well, Pinkie Pie, she likes parties, she likes to have celebrations with her friends. Let's see what we can do to work that into the show. And that's what I like how they handle Pinkie Pie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I can see why you have a liking to her.
Well, yeah, Pinkie Pie is a character I connect to the most.
Mm-hmm. So I see that now.
It's been that way ever since A Friend Indeed.
Yeah, Friend Indeed. That was a good episode.
Well, specifically, it first started with the Smile song. If you want to
Oh
be
yeah.
specific.
Okay, I don't care what anybody says.
Who doesn't like the
I
Smile
love
song?
the Smile song. I don't care.
Anyway,
I mean, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Rock Solid Friendship, definitely personal episode for me. I still love it regardless. And as for the best, again, not kind of prepared, though that would be number one for me. Shadowplay. Is it a great?
Finally, I'm not alone.
Is that for your best?
Yeah, that's the best.
Okay.
Okay. Is it a great finale? No, it's not fantastic. It's not Twilight Kingdom, but I know I keep saying that it's the best season finale since Twilight Kingdom. But if you got the Kitty mark and to wear it back again by comparison, that's not saying much. It's about to say I was entertained by both of these, despite my problems.
To be honest, if I really think about it, I think To Wear Him Back Again was a better season finale than Shadowplay.
Yeah. Yeah, at least the stakes are a lot higher in that episode than this one.
Yeah.
But even though it was totally convoluted. But anyways, why I love Shadowplay, okay, the story is not the best, and introducing the pillars on the spot, I get the fact that trying to make it like a season-long arc, like what Season 4 did with the keys, but it felt a little too phoned in, it felt too rushed, and that's what I didn't like about Campfire Tales, it was too crammed in. Like, okay, and not to mention with the whole defining the artifacts to get to the pillars, why couldn't there be episodes in themselves? Those would have been great episodes.
Why?
I just felt that that opportunity was kind of wasted. I mean, if you really want to do the arcs like you did with Season 4, that was your perfect opportunity. And yeah, Point in Shadows was underwhelming despite the cool design. And also, Equestria Girls is canon.
Yoo-hoo!
Oh yeah, the sirens.
We could have at least gotten but no.
We kind of did, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, seeing the pillars was hit or miss. I mean, Star Sword I didn't like too much, but Some Nebula was beautiful, both the voice and her design. And I did love Twilight's reaction to seeing Star Sword, especially when Star Sword approves of her idea. She made that gosh darn face.
Oh my god, Twilight had the best expressions in that episode. Like, she was just like so overwhelmed to see her mentor finally after all these seasons.
Senpai noticed me!
Like, I thought she was gonna jump up and down like Pinkie Pie. She was like, oh my gosh, so.
Oh my gosh, I would have loved that.
And then Starlight's like, why are you jumping so high? Okay.
Anyways, the final point I want to say is my favorite part of the episode was the ending, when Star Sword sees Celeste and Luna for the first time in 1,000 years, and he gives a compliment to Twilight about teaching friendship, and Twilight in return complimented Starlight on making her realize that she was trying to find all the answers, even though it was right in front of her the whole time.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, we will come full circle with both character arcs. Starlight as a student and Twilight as a teacher. I just felt like everything came full circle with those two arcs.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Yep. Beyond that though, it's not the best finale, but it was.
No.
But it's a lot better. It's a lot better than the season 5 finale, and slightly better than season 6 finale.
Yeah. But at least they tackled the opportunity to, tell a story about, the pillars in general.
Even though it was too sudden, but I see what you're saying.
They could have waited a little bit longer, I think.
Yeah. So anyways, that's me. That's my thoughts. So, Crimson, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Alright, you're up then.
Let's see. Jesus. I think I'm just gonna start with the best one that I can think of, because with this background noise, I don't think I'm gonna get to my least one.
Alright.
All right, let's see. What all episodes been covered so far?
It don't matter unless it's not if it's not Honest Apple or Perfect Parent. It doesn't really matter. This is all your This is all
It's your
pro-
list.
Yeah, it's your list, bud.
Let's see. I guess I can understand. Okay, the episode I like most about is episode 3, Flurry of Emotions.
Yeah, Flurry of Emotions. That was a good one. Is that your favorite or your second favorite?
Second favorite.
Okay.
So I can actually understand a lot from that episode, and learning that a lot has taught me a few things.
I can see that.
Now for least favorite,
Yeah, number 2.
yeah, for number 2, for least favorite is Royal Problem.
Really?
Wait, what?
Nah, don't ask. I'm really not in the mood to explain.
You sure?
Yeah.
Is this about who I think it is?
Like I said, I'd rather not explain.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, respect your wish.
And for number 3...
Number 1, you mean?
Oh, number 1?
Yeah.
Least favorite for what I think of is Once Upon a Zeppelin.
We never really talked about that episode, did we?
Nope, but I'm bringing that up now because the way how Twilight was acting and how the way she yelled at her parents. That's kind of something I would have done and yelled at my family about something that was just getting on my nerves.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I really put it past Twilight on that point.
wait, Twilight didn't yell at her, or did she?
Yeah, she did.
She yelled at her family, then she yelled at the fanboy.
Oh.
Yeah, not just her parents. I forgot to mention the whole family. That included Cadence, Flurry, and Shining Armor.
And not to mention, her parents are total idiots. The whole conflict started because her parents were idiots.
And for... This is best favorite, right?
Yes.
Alright, best favorite was... Well, for best favorite, I like the parental guidance one.
Guess you're gonna need that feather plucker more than once, huh?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Clemson, you should send Ball to like that Scooter alarm clock I mentioned earlier. He would love it.
I'm not gonna do it. Don't feel like it.
I'm not gonna do it either, but to be fair, it would do its job.
Yeah, like I said, Scooter screens would make a good alarm clock. I'm telling you.
The default iPhone alarm works. Thank you very much.
I'm not gonna go into detail why I like that episode, so that's just gonna be it for me.
Alright, so that leaves Yoshi. Whenever you're ready, bud.
Here, Yoshi. Here, boy.
Yoshi, Yoshi, Yoshi.
Yoshi!
I've got you an apple.
I also got an apple. I just have to find it.
Bad Pony wants an apple.
Okay, I get that pony
Applejack
apple.
apple.
Hey, Everpony, I have an apple. No, I don't.
Come on, you have to have an apple, Applejack. That's why it's your name. You're on the apple.
I think I'm going to change my name to Orange Jack.
No. Well, then
Totally
cool,
give
he'd
me.
be my neighbor.
Applejack is orange.
Oh yeah, why didn't they make her apple colored?
Yeah, that's a bit of irony. I want it because Aunt Orange and Uncle Orange.
I was just going to mention that too. Yeah.
Yoshi, where you at?
Yoshi.
Yeah.
He's probably taking care of baby Mario.
Yeah,
I think he's sleeping.
I'm thinking something came up on his end.
Yeah.
So what should we do now?
Let's pretend we're Yoshi and do his thing for him. All right, quick. Who's gonna be Yoshi first?
Well, let's not do that.
No, I'm just that was a joke. I'm serious. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know, but we're just playing along.
I spy with my little eye something that is blue.
Okay.
It's Kanata's hair.
Sweet stream party.
No, I was
I
thinking
spy
that
with my
blue.
little eye something white.
All of us. Wait, what?
No. Hold on. Come on, you'll think this is funny. What do you spot? What do you think I see?
You guys suggest we should end it here?
Well, yeah.
No.
Well,
It's a
I don't
2-week
know.
notice.
A 2-week notice? What?
I don't
It's
get
printed
it.
on white paper. Don't you get it?
No, I don't.
No.
Okay.
Ugh,
I don't get that.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Oh, okay.
I told you I
Alright.
hate those people.
I think they should make burn. Oh.
We should,
If
we
they
should
were
probably,
watching this, good God.
we should probably end it here, Venom.
I'm starting to think the same thing. Oh, that was
Coming up at 7 o'clock.
that was a bit anticlimactic. But anyways, that's gonna be all here today. And with that is the end of season 7. At least for what we're covering. And that would be the end of our first season of Bronimaniacs Discuss.
Bye-bye.
So stay tuned for season 2 of Bronimaniacs Discuss. We don't know if we'll be covering a season 1 episode or an episode via request. We're not sure. We'll keep you guys updated. So until then, we'll all see you next time. Peace.
Bye, every pony.
Bye.
Bye. May the stars guide you on a wonderful day. And have a great time and stay awesome.
And for the sake of appropriateness, since a certain something came out this weekend, may the flute be with you.
Also, avoid
Yeah,
spoilers at all. Also, people